This is the GameBloc Cast, Episode 5. I'm your host, Richard Sherman, and this week I have with me...
Jonathan.
Carol.
And Kenny.
Alright, let's just get right into it. Jonathan, what have you been playing this week?
Well, first I started off this week by playing Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is an N64 game, then ported to the Xbox One.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
They did do that. It was bad, apparently.
Now, where were you playing it?
Well, that's in the Rare Replay. I thought the Rare Replay was pretty good.
Okay, but remember there's Live and Reloaded.
Oh, that was on the original Xbox.
Yeah,
not
Xbox.
The Xbox One.
The first Xbox. Did I say Xbox One?
Yes, you did. It is confusing, because,
yeah,
whatever. You could keep going.
Anyways, it's a cute game about squirrels doing cute things. And, eating chocolate and having fun with bees and sunflowers and stuff.
Oh, God. In a rather risque environment, I would say.
It's a rated M game for certain reasons, including drugs, alcohol, poop, literally poop.
Excessive swearing.
Excessive swearing.
Squaring.
Not squaring, yeah. It's a lot of square dancing.
All the reasons.
Pretty much all the reasons it's rated M. It's like this, if there was actual nudity, it would probably be an AO game.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. They push it to the limit. It's like a risque version. Risque version. Okay, risque. I get it. Jesus. So risque version of Banjo-Kazooie, pretty much. It's a collectathon platformer adventure game. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just really vulgar. That's the best part of it.
I mean, just imagine
it's a comedy, though, right?
Banjo-Kazooie. What?
It's a what?
It's a comedy, though, right? That's why it's vulgar.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, just imagine Banjo-Kazooie, just vulgar and a lot of pop culture references, and then you pretty much get... Oh, and gory, and you pretty much get Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah. Could I go through the story real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So, spoilers, if you haven't played, probably 17-year-old game.
Getting there.
Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
You start off as Conker, a cute little squirrel who's drunk as heck, coming home from the bar when he gets lost. You go on a wacky adventure. You start off helping this queen bee out by getting back her bee's nest that was stolen by some wasps. Turns out that bee's nest is also a Gatling gun that the queen then uses to shoot down said wasps. And then you go into the barn area where you feed a mouse a lot of cheese until he explodes.
Yep.
Because he gets too gassy. And then you help the king bee score with a sunflower.
Yep. That is a plot point.
Yep. And then you go inside the barn in which you kill a Terminator-style hay bale, I guess. It's kind of hard to visualize, but I swear it happens.
Yeah, I mean, the whole story kind of goes on like that, and it's really weird. There's, Matrix portions, like the movie.
Oh, yeah, that's at the end. That's the best part.
Yeah, and then some more, alien references, stuff like that. It's a really weird game. The multiplayer, though, is amazing.
Oh, man, it's so much fun. Me and you, Richie, played that so many times.
Yeah, we did. So basically, it's a team deathmatch where you're squirrels versus teddy bears, and the teddy bears are very Nazi-esque. And so,
just a little.
You go across this battlefield fighting each other. This is just one of the main multiplayer portions. And the amount of different weapons there are is actually pretty impressive. And the different ways you get mutilated and killed is also impressive. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's, again, super gory. Boring. It's gory. It's really gory. Not boring. It's fun. You should play it. Yeah, if you have an Xbox One, it's on the Rare Replay. And I don't think they changed a whole lot for the graphics. And seeing that, man, that game looks great.
Pretty good.
It looks really good for the N64.
Better than
Rare
Mario
does a pretty
64.
good job of making their games look good. Banjo-Kazooie looks really good, especially it only came out 2 years after Super Mario 64, and it looks a lot better.
Oh yeah, it looks way better. But yeah, I also started replaying Shovel Knight, which on the 3DS, I should say that. I started playing Shovel Knight again on the 3DS. And for those of you who have been living under a rock, Shovel Knight is a Mega Man / Link's Adventure type 2D platformer It's just really hard. That's it. You're a guy, and your only weapon is a shovel. But it's really fun. If you haven't checked it out, what's wrong with you? You should play it. You should play it, and the main reason I'm replaying it is so I can unlock the Plague Knight portion of it.
I was just gonna ask if you played it or not.
Yeah, I actually really wanted to play it, so I'm gonna finish Shovel Knight, so I can play Plague Knight, and I'll talk about my experience with Plague Knight next week, I guess. Yeah, and that's it for me.
I mean, I heard Plague Knight is really good too. Like
that's what people have been telling me, that Plague Knight's amazing.
I mean, yeah, let us know, because I've been interested. I actually haven't played Shovel Knight.
You should play. You'd really like it.
I mean, I need a reason to get that Shovel Knight amiibo, you know? Like,
yeah. Hey, speaking of hard platforming games that are in retro style, haven't you been playing Mega Man? Haven't you been playing Mega Man 2, Richie?
Yes, I've been playing Mega Man 2 because the month it came out, which I think it was October of last year, I bought the Mega Man Legacy Collection. And I tried Mega Man 1 and then quit after some rage on the first level, because that one is so hard. I don't know how, it caught on with a lot of people just because it was so difficult.
Well, I think that was the thing. It was you kind of needed a hard game, because you had, most of the time when you had an NES, you had 1 or 2 games, because they were so gosh dang expensive.
Yeah, and then also the games weren't that long, so having a difficult game made it longer. Anyway, so I started playing Mega Man 2, and then right when it came out in October, the Legacy Collection, and then I just started playing it some more, last week, and I'm actually having a really fun time with it. It's really fun. I would say that it's pretty interesting how a lot of platformers nowadays feel like this game, and I think that's just because they're so influenced by it. Does that make sense? Because I feel like, wow, this platforming experience feels kind of the same as any other platforming experience. And then it just kind of clicked in my mind that, wait, those platforming experiences that I've been playing probably got derived somehow from this game. Shovel Knight, for example.
Shovel Knight was extremely inspired by, Mega Man style games.
And some of the levels are really hard. I've been trying to play through the Quick Man stage, and there's these yellow beams that just go across the whole screen and just destroy you in a matter of seconds, and no matter how fast I go, I cannot get past them, and it is difficult.
What robot masters have you completed so far?
That's a good question. I think, I can't remember all their names off the top of their heads, but I haven't defeated Quick Man or Heat Man yet. So I've gotten Bubble Man, I think is his name, Cut Man, Air Man.
That is definitely one, yes.
Yes, and a lot of others. I can't remember their names. But so I'm only 2 off from going to Wily's Castle, which I've heard is not a fun, walk through the park kind of thing,
But then you get this amazing theme. Wily's Castle 2?
Yeah, well, I mean, it has to be the second one since it's the second game. But
no, but what? Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Wily's Castle Stage 2.
Yeah, okay. You're right. Because there's multiple stages of Wily's Castle. And so this game doesn't save, obviously. It's a password system, and so it's a 3x3 grid, I think. Something. Well, actually, no, it's much larger than that. But you input little dots on this grid, and then if you've inputted them correctly, then you go to a specific save point. So I find that kind of interesting, just because, it just has a bunch of different combinations to each different point in the game, which, isn't something that happens all the time now, because it's everything auto-saves nowadays.
Isn't it it can bring you back to having a certain amount of energy tanks too, right?
I think so.
And a certain amount of lives.
Yeah, because there's a certain amount of lives, certain amount of energy tanks, which Robo-Masters you've destroyed, and their powers and different things like that. So I found that to be kind of an ingenious way to handle all of that, instead of just having a code of letters and numbers. I find this easier to remember. But it is still a challenging game. It's not as hard as Mega Man 1, but it's fair. Like, I feel like when I die, it's my fault. There isn't any weird BS that's going on. I think it's a really fun game. I really can't wait to beat it, because then it'll be my first Mega Man game I've ever beaten, and then I'm allowed to play Mega Man and Super Smash Brothers. I don't know why, but with me, it's like, if I don't play their game a whole lot, I feel like it's weird for me using them. I don't know why. But yeah, that's kind of all I've been playing this
Hey,
week.
speaking of games that start with an M, Kenny.
Amazing transition. I've been playing Mirror's Edge lately.
It's a great game.
It's an old game. Well, now it is. Isn't it like 10 years old now?
I have no idea.
2007?
7?
I'll get on that. Talk about it.
Okay, so I got it because I got a program called Vorp X. It lets me play a lot more games that weren't designed for Oculus Rift on the Oculus Rift. And Mirror's Edge was one I wanted to try for a really long time, because Mirror's Edge is like a parkour game. You have to... So far, I've just been running away from the cops in this really cool-looking city, and I've got to climb things, jump things. 2008, so 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just did math. Yep. Anyway, so you parkour all over the place. The controls are fantastic. I wish more games had detailed climbing mechanics the way Mirror's Edge does. Climbing, jumping, running, everything just feels great. And it's a little buggy in the Oculus, but it works pretty well. It's pretty scary walking over really high places, and I can actually judge distances a lot better.
Yeah, they're coming out with a second one, yeah?
I believe so. I don't know when it's happening. Is it Xbox One exclusive?
I think so for now, but Quantum Break was also an Xbox One exclusive, quote unquote.
Dang.
So it could
it's a
come
Windows
to PC.
exclusive now, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I think a lot of games that are coming out on Xbox One are also coming out on PC, yeah?
Oh, okay.
Except for Halo for some reason, but
Well, because that's the moneymaker right there.
That's true.
So,
but anyway, back to Mirror's Edge.
I just I'm hoping that the sequel has actual virtual reality support that's not buggy.
Microsoft HoloLens only.
It would that would not. I don't think that'd be good. I think there'd be problems with that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I feel like playing that game with an Oculus would make me super sick.
It's the only part that doesn't work the best is rolling. Like after a long jump, you press shift just before you land to do a roll, and it kind of breaks your fall. That's a little disorienting. But other than that, it's not bad. Although I have a very high tolerance for that kind of thing. That's I don't get sick easily. I don't get motion sickness very easily. Until I fixed the graphics, everything was like flashing and it was really distracting. But
I remember one part that my computer didn't do really well on, and that's like there was this one part where there's a bunch of shattering glass everywhere, and then my computer just dropped to like 4 frames, and it was really bad.
There is a green room.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
That will destroy any AMD video cards.
What?
Like just specifically AMD because it uses NVIDIA physics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't have that, I also didn't know that you could pick up guns until like very, very late in the game.
How did you make it so far?
That was in the tutorial.
Thing. I couldn't get past this one part. Like I was struggling. I was really close to the end. I can't remember how close, but like I was trying to get through all these guys. There were snipers or something, and I could not get past them. And then all of a sudden, like I just like slid by a guy and like hit them, and then I saw a little button is like pick up the gun or something like that. I was like, really? I can do this?
Oh my god!
Like, it was insane. I didn't even know.
Did you play the tutorial?
I did.
You did.
But I must have. Well, okay. The thing is that I played this game like I played kind of like Mega Man Collection, where like I played it when I first got it for like a good like 5 or 6 hours, and then stopped playing it, and then I started playing it like a couple months later and finished it. So I didn't remember all the controls.
You just forgot you could pick up guns.
Yes. So that was a problem. But it was still really fun. It felt really challenging, but maybe because I didn't have guns.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
So, speaking of games that were both on the Humble Bundle at one point, Carol,
do you have anything wild to tell us about?
Uh,
You know, you're
wow.
the star here.
Yep.
Yeah, feel free to
A
start
wild
now.
star.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll be talking about WildStar, the now free to play MMO.
Yep.
When it originally released, it wasn't free to play, but obviously that model doesn't really work for very many games, except for like WoW or Final Fantasy and stuff. Oh, I guess it kind of works, but it doesn't.
All right.
So what's
Moving on.
WildStar?
Uh, it's an MMO. It has like a different combat system than than most MMOs, where it's like kind of like a real time thing. So you have like an area of effect thing still, but it's like you have to it's like a live action combat rather than anything else. But it still plays as an MMO, so there's still cooldowns and whatnot on your abilities.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but
I know-
so what he's talking about with the AoE thing is like it's like a grid shows up on the ground when you're about to use the attack, and that'll show where it's gonna go, and even the enemies will have that on the ground, so you can dodge them and move out of the way and not have to take damage.
Yeah, exactly.
So I
And
have.
then
Oh, go
oh
ahead.
yeah. No,
Well, I have no, like, very little to none MMO experience. Would this be a good game to start off with for MMOs? Would you say maybe?
Yeah, you could. It's definitely a good game because I think they were trying to get the casual and the hardcore audience with this, because this was actually the company that makes this game. That it was founded by 15 ex Blizzard employees who worked on WoW, and so it definitely has like a lot of resemblance to it. But obviously now it's free to play, so it's a lot more open, accessible to new people, and it doesn't have a big paywall like other games like Lord of the Rings Online. Like there's a lot of zones where you have to pay, or you have to, I don't know, like work a long time to open up a new zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I don't know, it is a different action combat system, but it's really easy to pick up, and it's actually really fun, especially when I'm playing with Richie, because Richie's been playing,
Mm-hmm.
and
It is
so
fun.
friends make everything better.
That's true. I mean, the combat system is very similar to the way Terra is played, if that helps at all, if anyone's ever played Terra. But I like the world of WildStar much more than the world of Terra. I don't know. This one seems to have a lot more personality. It's not your typical like high fantasy kind of deal like most games are. Like there's
Yeah, it's got a lot of like very vibrant colors and just a lot of it's still that like cartoony texture thing, so that like it can run on low end PCs and whatnot, because that's why WoW does it.
yeah.
But it looks awesome. The writing, there's a lot of voice acting in it that's like really funny.
It's pretty solid
Like,
too, the acting, like the actual performances themselves.
yeah, and
Uh,
there's actually a few recognizable voices, like Richie. Richie identified some girl that's in Valkyria Chronicles and in Fire Emblem Fates.
No, Fire Emblem Awakening.
Awakening.
One of the main queen ladies that you have to help out in the beginning of at the beginning of WildStar is actually the voice of Lisa from Fire Emblem Awakening, the princess from Valkyria Chronicles, and then she was one of the voices that you could play as one of the female avatars in Xenoblade Chronicles X. So there you go. So there's some notable voice actors here.
So if you care anything about voice actors and their jobs, then this game kind of gives them a job, I guess.
It does. They
you
do
can
well.
say.
So it's a free to play game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So-
when it first released, it wasn't, and then just this past September, it turned to free to play.
So obviously it's gonna have microtransactions. What?
Yes.
How bad
So
are they?
there's an in-game currency. I forget what it's called. I'll look it up.
Well, the thing is, though.
Called cred.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, so
say it over again. Sorry, I got in the way.
all right, so I'll tell you how the subscription. So it no longer requires for players to pay for a subscription, but those who are signature members get a few bonuses, such as increased XP gain. WildStar gives players two methods of paying for the bonus subscription. The first is a monthly subscription, which gives the players 30 days of game time. The second method allows players to purchase with real money an in-game item, cred, which grants 30 days of playtime and is tradable to other players for in-game currency. This essentially enables a player-driven economy to set the in-game price for cred, and thus an exchange rate between real money and in-game currency. And when I looked at the store, a lot of the stuff you could either pay with this cred or with the in-game currency that you earn. I mean, I think it takes a while to earn that currency. I don't know how much I have. Like, I know I started out with like 2, and you need like 500, 700 to actually buy something. But you can buy characters, skins, and it's all cosmetic, obviously.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, well,
that's the word I was looking for. There was cosmetic.
Yeah, well, they do a really good job of showing that you can have like a full experience with this game without having to buy anything. And they do a really, like, it's all optional so far that we've played. We've only played a couple of hours, but, you know, if you want to go find the microtransactions and pay for them, you definitely can. But if you're not looking for the microtransactions, you're not going to find them.
And it's not even obvious. They don't push it on you as either.
Yeah. They're not just like, hey, you having a rough time? Pay $5 and then we'll just boost you 100 levels or something stupid like that, you know?
Pay $5 and we'll let you win forever. No trying.
We're all winners.
So
If you pay.
So there's two classes. Not the classes, but races, whatever. Actually,
the good
factions. Yeah,
yes,
so the good, the
word.
evil. So the Dominion is evil. The Exiles are good, and then they each have 4 races that you can choose from, and then there's like 6 different classes that you can choose. So there's actually a really good variety, and obviously each one has their special unique abilities and tank, healer, DPS, whatever.
Yeah, like I'm an Esper or something like that, and I focus, like, I do weird things with my mind, apparently. That's like basically the description. Yeah, I'm basically a mage, but it's pretty cool. Like, I've never really seen too much of that in other MMOs, so I feel like it's kind of a new experience. I really like it. I think they're fun classes.
Yeah, and then there's also like a subset of classes, so I think they call them paths, and it's like soldier, explorer, settler, or scientist. And so as you're going throughout the world, there like different quests, or not, they're like mini quests pop up, and it's like, so I'm a soldier, so it'll be like defend this area for 2 minutes or something like that. And so it's kind of cool. Or like Richie's explorer, they have to explore the map, and then they do whatever.
Yeah, well, we have, like, so you get missions every time you, like, go into a different continent, basically, of this world. And so, like, basically an explorer's job is to basically explore the entire continent. And once you do that, then you get the mission complete, and that's an explorer mission, basically.
Yeah. I do really like the music in the game. It
is good.
There's a lot of variance in it, but it's like it kind of makes it feel like grandiose, whatever.
Grandiose.
But it's just like you're playing on an awesome adventure.
Yeah, I mean, you guys should check it out. It's free, so you really don't have anything to lose other than hard drive space, and it's not even that much.
13 gigs, I think.
Yeah, so you guys should check it out. It's good. All right. News time, and we're going to follow up on the HTC Vive with the price point.
Hey, it's more expensive.
Yeah, it's more expensive than we thought it was.
Well, it's only $800 for the full package. It's going to be
that makes the Oculus Rift a budget.
Well,
but no, wait, hold up.
It's a $200 difference.
Well, I know it's more expensive.
Here's the thing. The Vive has a lower requirements, so
4 gigabytes of RAM.
4 gigs and only one USB 2.0 port.
Oh man!
Oh well, that's
so
nice.
You know.
Actually, that makes all. I'm full on the back actually right now. So.
Well, also,
I couldn't do Vive.
Isn't there like different things you put throughout the room too? Do those come with it?
The HTC Vive uses 2 little tower things that give you up to apparently a 15 by 15 foot tracking area.
Oh,
and
okay.
The Oculus Rift still uses the little webcam deal, and it gives you a 5 by 11 feet, they say, but I'm pretty sure it's like a cone, so it's hard to measure. The resolutions on the screen are actually the same, go figure, and same for the refresh rate, so not really any difference there. They both have
OLED.
Yeah, so they're OLED displays, so their blacks are going to be really dark, which is important for the immersion. And then they both have similar optics, apparently. They both say 110 degrees field of view. So
That is cool.
it's you don't get a lot of peripheral vision, but neither one says they provide more than the other. One thing that is important to note about the Vive is it appears to actually come with the motion controllers, whereas the Oculus Rift, Oculus is actually releasing theirs Q2 2016, I believe. It's going to be a couple months after the headset is released, and you'll have to buy them separately. They're shipping the headset with an Xbox controller.
Oh, well, that's weird.
Yeah, so the $200 is probably going to be taken up by the motion controllers, which are actually pretty important.
And you don't get the towers.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't get nearly the tracking area.
You could just use any gamepad on the Vive. Like, you could use anything with the Vive.
Yes.
You could use a friggin' PS2 controller if you wanted to.
You could, but the motion controller, I'm pretty sure, would be
The most ideal.
lot nicer. At least if you really want to try something that's very virtual reality. It's not the same doing analog sticks or keyboard and mouse.
Right.
It feels a lot more natural doing the grabbing things motion.
Like I said,
tracking.
you got to get that giant thing. You told me one time, but I can't remember the name of it. We stand on it with just socks.
Oh, the Omni
Wii balance
treadmill.
board.
Yeah, the
Yeah, that
treadmill.
one.
The Wii balance board, yes.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
So to me, it looks like the Vive is the more superior VR headset.
Yeah, just
Oh, definitely.
a little bit.
I mean,
But,
I don't want to step on your toes, Kenny, because you have an Oculus Rift, but
hmm
I think the Vive seems to be a little bit better when
yeah.
it comes, at least to pricing.
I would say if I were buying one now, I think I have the developer kit too, so I'm not planning to upgrade anytime soon. But I think if I were buying now, it's a little bit more of a wait for the Vive. It says early April instead of March 28th. But I'd go with the Vive, and the biggest reason is it has Valve's support. I actually just saw Steam changed their VR tags. They now tag Vive and Oculus support separately.
Oh,
And if there's a reason behind it, it's probably because some games will only support one of the two. And I imagine with Valve backing it, the Vive is going to be the one that they support if they don't do both.
man, that's interesting. Just because think about a developer for a moment, and they already have to develop for so many different things. And then if each VR headset has their own like proprietary like things they need for programming, that must make it really difficult for them.
It would.
Hey, whoever gets the most money from each company, I mean, I feel like that's how it's going to be. It's whichever developer gets the most money from either Oculus or Steam.
So you're saying like because Facebook is Facebook, and Facebook has a lot of money. So
Yeah, they can spend as much as they want on the
that's
Oculus.
a good thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the HTC Vive has Valve support and HTC, and both of those companies are pretty well to do. And Valve's got that insider advantage, like they, because Facebook has some games, like there are some things with games that they have, like some relationship.
Well, they got Farmville, although that's a third party.
But nowhere near
Virtual reality Farmville, let's go!
Yeah,
but
Facebook doesn't have the same gaming history as Valve.
Yes, Steam.
Also, I think a lot of people like Valve as a company more than Facebook.
That's true.
Yeah.
And just Steam makes or breaks games. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, I will pass by a game if I don't really want it, if I can't just get it on Steam sometimes, because I'm that lazy.
Yeah, but because at the same time, when you think about it, if Valve wanted to be an awful company, which they're not, they could just basically be like, hey, if you give them Oculus support, you need to give them Vive support, or else no game on Steam. They could do that if they wanted to, but Valve's not that kind of company. But if that
No,
ever
and
happened, they could do it.
Based on their new VR tags too, it looks like it could go either way, because they do separate them. I think you could have an Oculus only with no Vive support, at least with the tags they have now.
Yep. All right. Well, there you go. Valve, the HTC Vive, $800.
Hey, LMAO.
All right, and in good giant Pokemon news, Pokemon Moon and Sun was announced
It's
this
not
week.
Sun and Moon.
Well, I said Moon and Sun in the show notes, so it's Moon and Sun here.
All right then.
Pokemon Sun and Moon. There we go.
Hey, are you guys excited to play in traditional and simplified Chinese? Because I am.
Me too.
Yeah, so
Can't wait.
I think the Pokemon Direct will kind of like it'll definitely lost momentum because
boy.
Pokemon Sun and Moon were like leaked basically the day before the Direct. So Pokemon and Sun and Moon was in a 5-minute Pokemon Direct. And so when Pokemon
announced-
Sun and Moon was the big announcement, there wasn't much else to show, especially when it was leaked. So the reaction was a little like, wow, that was it? Some Pokemon Direct.
To be fair, they had nothing to show us about Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah,
that
they
we
just
know
said they were
of.
gonna do it.
Except a
Yeah, they were
wireframe
like-
of a Pokemon.
Ooh, I
Hey,
remember that.
Fletchling, look at Fletchling 3D graphics. Cool.
I mean, well, that's the thing.
Simplified and Chinese, traditional Chinese. Let's go.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, that's kind of a big deal because the Chinese language is insane.
Oh, you and me both know that one.
Yep. So
We
that's
both took Chinese
that's an
classes.
impressive
and-
feat, and for people who are in China, that's a big deal. Or have Chinese as their native language. That's a big deal because they're finally getting to experience one of the best games and longest running franchises in a fairly long time. So
Also, we found out they told us that it's coming out worldwide.
yes.
So on one
yeah.
day, it's coming out in everywhere.
Didn't
which
they?
is cool.
Didn't they do that for the last release too?
Pokemon X
They
and Y
did.
X and Y, or
It
X
came
two
out
and
all
Y
in the
two?
same in all the regions at the same time.
It made it really hard for me to build my team
Yep.
because not a lot of information was known about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And at the same time, what the Pokemon Direct also showed off was the ability to use your Pokemon Bank with the Virtual Console Pokemon Yellow, Red, and Blue.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So I missed.
And you can transfer them to Sun and Moon.
Okay, I missed
Yeah, if
the.
they-
Oh,
Well,
you can go.
if they could find a way to do that with gold and if they put gold and silver on the Virtual Console, that'd be great too. Because from right now, we don't really have a way to get anything from gold and silver up.
Yeah. And to me, this announcement was kind of a bummer because it makes it sound like Pokemon Sun and Moon won't be the giant all regions
oh yeah, the
thing
one
that I've wanted it to
since
be.
I was like 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a bummer. I think that'd be
That would-
really cool, but
that
that's
would-
a different discussion, I guess.
I think that would have to be a console game. That would be huge.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd be such a big
Well,
game.
they have Xenoblade.
yeah, I know. Well, the way
New
I was
3DS
thinking about
only.
it was that they would make it a new region, and then it's like another $5 or $10 per region, so you can buy the regions if you want or not.
You're gonna buy them.
Yep,
I'll
Yeah.
buy them all.
everyone would gotta
Gotta
buy
buy
them
'em all.
all.
Gotta buy. So, Kenny, you said something interesting. New 3DS. Do you think this game is gonna be new 3DS only?
No,
I can't imagine it. No.
No.
It's,
I would really hope not.
there's so many people with
'cause-
only the original 3DS still. Like I
See-
can count like 5 just right now, and they're not gonna
I'm
buy
one
a
of
new
them.
one for Pokemon, but they're gonna buy Pokemon.
Exactly.
what the most insane thing would be is like, boom, NX only.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be
Oh.
the worst thing they could do, probably.
Yeah, although it would sell the NX.
It would definitely sell the NX.
I'd buy an NX. I might buy.
I mean,
2.
I'm gonna buy one day one anyway, just because
Yeah,
it's an
me
NX.
too.
But
I did have a question. I didn't see the direct, and I'd heard about the Pokemon Bank features. Could you explain those to me?
So yeah, the red, blue, and yellow. When you get them on Virtual Console for the 3DS, you'll be able to get your Pokemon from those games into the bank.
Okay.
Basically, that's it.
That's
yeah,
that's it.
the Pokemon Bank is a thing you can get for 3DS where you can store your Pokemon
Oh,
inside
it's,
of it.
it's the same one. It's the same one they've always had.
It's
Yes.
it's the same bank. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I do know how it works.
Yeah,
I
so
have
that'll
it.
be really
So-
cool.
Speaking of epic multiplayer battles, someone else had something else to talk about.
Yeah,
Battlefield
so
5.
Battlefield 5 was rumored to be set in World War One.
That'd be interesting.
I don't think.
I think it'd be
I don't
awesome.
think it'd be a good idea.
Really?
I don't know.
I really don't.
I don't think
it'd be
the
so much
technology
fun.
was advanced enough. I mean,
Are you kidding me? Flying around in canvas-covered
And then
airplanes doesn't sound
trench
fun.
warfare.
That sounds
That sounds fun to you?
Yeah,
and
it
then
sounds
and
great.
then tending to trench foot that you got.
Yeah,
'cause
I
you
was just
stood
about
in
to
the trench
say
for 2 hours.
the real killer is Trenchfoot.
Was Battlefield 5 going to have VR? Because I want that realistic trench warfare experience.
Could you imagine
could-
the chlorine gas getting flown all around and everything? Man.
With the 15 by 15 foot range on the Vive, you could have 3 trenches all in the same room.
My favorite part would be the part where you stop for Christmas Day, and then you have a drink with all your buddies.
Oh,
you
yeah.
just stop.
Okay, that's it. All you do is drink
just-
with your buddies on Christmas Day. That's my favorite game mode.
And then you could fly around being a scout with in a plane with a really, really, really bad camera.
Mhm.
But you could still do it. And then you could fight the Red Baron, which I think was World War One. Yeah, it was World War One.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't.
Red Baron
There's a
after
song
was
about
World War One, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Snoopy fought him. He was a World War
yeah,
One flying
exactly.
ace. That's how I know my history.
That's also a video game, by
I like
the way.
the Red
God.
Baron more as pizza. He's way better at making pizzas.
Frozen pizzas.
Red Baron.
Yeah.
Domino's pizza. Whoops! I hope that doesn't get me fired.
Oh, no, probably not. So does anyone really... So no one really thinks this is going to be cool?
Not really.
I think it's going to be amazing. I think that the limited and difficult to use technology is going to make reloading slower. I think it's going to make battles interesting, and I want to play it.
I don't.
What they
I
need-
think Battlefield's supposed to be a combined arms game, which means tanks, trucks, boats, planes.
All those things were in World War II.
World War One.
And World War One.
not. meant World
It's
War
slow
One.
ass, weak ass tank.
I know, but they're still there.
Lame ass biplane.
If you
Still
want,
there.
if you want slow reloading as a main issue, you can just play Battlefield Civil War Edition.
Civil
Oh,
War?
that'd be great. No, that's not a real
It's not
thing,
real.
but it would be cool.
Oh, okay.
That would
I was
not
gonna
be
say There
cool.
aren't tanks in
It would be
Civil War.
great. Could you imagine? Every
dude.
shot would count. You can't just spray everywhere. You'd have to aim
In-
and account for the wind and the no rifling
That's
in
And,
your
not the
and in
gun.
point of
multiplayer, you'd have to take turns. You'd have to fire in rounds or whatever. So you have
And then
take turns.
and then one of your and then you could pass the gun to your friend,
Yeah.
and your friend will reload it for you as you shoot, just like they did in Civil War.
Yeah.
Wow, my favorite class is Gun Reloader. Wow, woo!
Like,
Press M to smash down the gunpowder faster.
I'd play that if it had
I
VR
would too.
support.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you both.
Yeah, it'd be perfect because with those motion controls, you can use the ramrod and everything.
Uh-huh.
It would be the best.
It'd be
Totally
amazing.
trolling. No, you do not want that.
Is this gonna be like where it's Wii peripherals where you stick your mouse inside of a ramrod and you just ram really quick and then you take your mouse out?
Okay, mouse controls would suck, but if you had the motion controls, it'd be good.
Yeah.
Have you played Zack
great.
and Wiki? It would be like that, but next level.
Sad game.
What?
Sad game.
Sad game.
Pretty sure one of them dies.
Oh, I didn't get that
Spoilers.
far. Don't tell me.
Okay, well, the fun part is you don't know which one
Oh,
now,
no.
so there you go.
It's just gonna-
One more reason to
Well,
play.
that's the
Have it
mystery.
here. I'm gonna have to wonder what's going on for until I buy it again.
Well, I think it's coming on Virtual Console.
Oh, I'll get it then.
On Wii U, I think. Somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if it's US or Europe, but anyway, speaking of guns
Guns.
and games,
Oh, whoops. I'll talk about this one if you don't mind.
that's fine.
I feel very passionate about this, I guess. So, an anti-game senator in California was just recently sent to prison. Can you guess what he did it for? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with political corruption, gun trafficking, and racketeering.
Yeah, I guess.
That's interesting.
You didn't look at the show notes or anything.
Nope.
Yeah, so he's kind of like a video game villain when you think about it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, gun trafficking, and then he also wanted to limit gun having too. So
So you know
He's-
why?
He's
You know why
for
that
gun
is?
control.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
He's,
that's the
he's
word.
for gun control, so more when guns get limited in the amount people can actually buy, they'll have to go through him and he'll make more money.
He'll make more money.
Cool.
Oh, and by the way, Zack and Wiki is on the Wii U Virtual Console for $20.
Now I need to buy
Now.
it.
Oh boy.
in the US. There you
Darn you.
go. But yeah, so that's just typical things.
Typical government.
Typical America
Down with
things.
it. Right? Anarchy is the way to go.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, things like that are weird. I mean, and he doesn't like games because they're too violent,
Wow.
right? That's
Yeah,
the thing with video games.
Yes.
but he was into organized crime, which is cool.
Uh-huh.
Which there are several video games about.
Yep.
Yep.
Mafia 2, for
Mafia 2.
example.
Mafia as well. Mafia 2. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's it for news right now. That's all we really got. The first episode, we talked about February and what we were excited about in it. So, since February is basically over, was it everything you'd hoped it to be, guys?
Well, I thought it was March.
Yes.
If you were going to know that February was extremely slow for gaming, then you had your hopes fulfilled.
Yes.
Because, man, boy, did nothing happen.
Yes.
Whoa, Fire Emblem came out.
Whoa, but
One
game.
One quote unquote game came out.
What quote unquote
Well, okay,
game?
so
Super-
it's
It is a
three
game.
games, or two, and then an extra.
2, and then it's coming out in
but
March.
it's all
Is
still
what I'm
technically
excited about.
one game.
That's true. Well, it's okay.
should take an
it's
average
kind of like
count
how
as two.
Pokemon is one game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but so what did you guys think? How was
It
February?
was lousy. It was
it was a
Deadpool was the
good
best
time
thing
to.
that come out this month.
It wasn't
true.
even a game. It was a
entertaining.
good time to catch up on games or replay games that you wanted to replay.
True.
I'll say that. I replayed Conker's Bad Fur Day, Resident Evil 4, Monster Hunter. I played that some more, and I'm playing through Shovel Knight again. So I mean, that's more games than I usually play.
The quiet winter months.
Yeah, sucks. When we get to E3, it'll get crazy stupid.
Yeah. So I mean, I think February, as far as games go, it was a little slow. But the game that did come out that I was really excited about definitely delivered. I loved it. I'm excited about it. I was a little sad because I talked about the Tales of Symphonia patch. I mean, not the patch, but the Tales of Symphonia game that was coming out on Steam in the first episode, and I was really bummed out because apparently the port sucks.
Yep, played a little bit. It's kind of awful.
Yeah, so that's kind of a bummer, but that's kind of a thing that happens with PC, is that sometimes they get the short end of the stick.
Well, I bet you they just basically used an emulator. An emulator.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be terrible.
Yep.
And it was.
Well, yeah, but Fire Emblem is amazing. I'm still playing. It's so good. It was definitely my favorite thing that came out of February, other than the Pokemon Virtual Console game. And that's pretty much all I have to say, other than Deadpool was great.
Hey, so what you guys want to do in March?
I want to play
Yeah, what are you
Zelda
guys excited
Twilight
about,
Princess HD.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the thing I'm excited about.
So, at first, I watched the trailer and I was like, it doesn't look that different. It looks pretty much the same. But then I watched the, a comparison video. Holy crap!
Yeah.
It's very different.
It's
know.
so smooth!
It's going to look
It's
so
so-
good on my CRT.
In all seriousness, no, it's very sharp in comparison.
Yeah, I guess it didn't
To the
have,
other ones.
as much of an advantage as Wind Waker did, because Wind Waker, the
Has
original...
timeless graphics.
Yeah, Wind Waker original looked good, but they had the advantage of adding lens flares
Yeah,
to
they
everything.
didn't. They
in
wouldn't
Wind
have
Waker
had
HD.
to. They didn't have to upgrade the models a whole lot to make it look a ton better. The bloom lighting and better shadows was all it really needed, and the higher resolution textures.
But, oh my god, that game looked so
It
good.
looks amazing.
does.
Twilight Princess, there wasn't as much of a difference because there's only so much you can do in Twilight Princess with its more realistic aesthetic. Without actually really upgrading every model. They only did a few as far as I know, like the pillars in the sky dungeon temple place.
That
Yeah, they're
that
rounder
game
than they
looks-
used to be.
That game looks pretty damn good for a GameCube game,
Oh yeah.
especially
Yes.
or an early Wii game.
I mean, I'm just excited since it is one of my favorite Zeldas. And, I mean, that's a weird opinion. I know a lot of people like it, but a lot of more hardcore Zelda fans aren't a huge fan of it because the biggest complaint most of the time is that
It's
too...
not Ocarina of Time.
Well, it's actually kind of similar to Ocarina of Time,
that's
but
true.
I mean, it's because it's apparently Hyrule Field is super empty, which it makes sense. But for me, it makes it feel more vast. But it's not even it's not even Hyrule Field. That's not even the reason why I like it so much. I love this game because the dungeons are so freaking good.
Yes.
They are amazing. For me, they're like one of the best. They're the best dungeons out of any Zelda game.
I don't
And-
remember any specifically, but every single one was a joy to play. I remember the double claw shot stuff was my favorite.
Yeah. And like, I mean, the ice place with Yeti and Yeto.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on,
That
pretty
place-
near.
How can you
That
not
place-
love that?
That place's music made me feel really weird. It's
Yeah,
really like eerie.
it is eerie, but at the same time, kind of like
It's super fitting.
lighthearted.
The box,
It's like
It's
yeah,
weird.
the boxes.
It's really fitting.
The box puzzle in that dungeon was tough. The sliding boxes.
Yeah,
I remember somehow
'cause
I got
they
stuck
slip around
on
all.
that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be playing that game when it comes out on March 4th, and I will be playing on Hero Mode, which is the Wii. Basically, you take more damage, and it's in the mirrored version, which is the Wii version.
Oh, okay.
And I will also be scanning in my Ganondorf amiibo, which does double the damage you already take.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna get a Ganondorf amiibo so I can do that. Do you have hero mode from the get go? Is that
Yes, you
from
do.
being awesome?
So you can choose between each one, because the normal mode's the GameCube version,
Uh-huh.
but the Hero Mode is the mirrored version that's on the Wii,
Okay.
which is the one I'm used
and
to.
so are there
So,
motion controls?
No,
No.
you use the Wii Pro controller or the Wii U gamepad, and when you can transform between regular Link and Wolf Link with a touch of a button
don't have
instead
to
of having to
talk
ask
to
Midna
Midna?
every time.
At the
Yeah.
touch of a button.
So nice.
It's amazing.
Who would have thought that would be better than going through a bunch of dialogue?
Yeah,
Wow.
and there's the Poe Lantern.
Oh yeah.
If you guys don't know what that is, it allows you to know if there's Poes in your loaded area.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then
So-
they added the wolf amiibo too, so you can unlock some extra.
It's
Cave.
basically the Cave of Ordeals as Wolf Link only, but
Right.
a little different.
I can't believe
man.
I can't
Which
wait
is
until
cool.
they add Wolf to Zelda, to any Zelda game. Commander Wolf.
Like from Star Wars.
Yeah,
Star
from
Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Fox.
From Star Fox.
Just- Yeah, Star Fox.
From Star Trek. Wow.
Oh my god, the star everything.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about it. I cannot wait. I'm gonna probably beat it in a weekend since I played that game so much. Like, I can basically 100% it in 20 hours. So, like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I know it came out technically yesterday or Friday the 26th. But Super Hot
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
looks
I've heard stuff
amazing.
about
I have it. I cannot wait to play it. If you don't know what it is, it's a first-person shooter puzzle, but time only moves when you move.
There's actually
So-
it was originally a Flash game, so if you want to check it out, you can. Just
Yeah,
look for it.
there's a prototype on I think it's superhotgame.com. Basically, it's on their website. You do need to have
The Unity
either
plugin.
Firefox.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to have either Firefox or Safari.
I think it's a
or-
Unity game, not a Flash.
It is a.
Mhm.
It is, but Chrome doesn't allow for the Unity plugin anymore. So
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
yeah, you have to have a browser that'll add the Unity plugin. But I am super stoked to play it. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll definitely be talking about that next week as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I played
I'll
the demo a
probably-
while ago. It was really good.
I'll probably talk about Bus Simulator 16 next week.
Oh man.
Oh,
It's coming out the 2nd, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Or that re-release of Resident Evil 6 on the Xbox One or PS.
Dude, the Bus
Too bad Resident Evil
Simulator
6 was garbage.
16.
The Leon storyline was good. I liked that one.
I will agree with you, but that's only 1/3 of the game.
Yes, and I'm excited about Fire Emblem Fates Revelations when that comes out in March for normal people who couldn't get the special edition.
Oh, that's the hard one, right?
No, that's Conquest. That one's already out.
Oh, okay. never mind.
Revelations is kind of in between Birthright and Conquest.
Mm.
So, other than that, I'm excited about probably the Nintendo Direct that's going to be in March.
Oh yeah.
Possible NX, probably. Maybe.
No.
Since it's coming out this year,
It's
they got
coming out
to
in
unveil it at
2017.
some point. It is not, Kirill.
2017.
I am sorry. Have you been paying attention
Bite,
at
bite,
all
bite.
No.
to
But
what's been
2017.
going on with the NX?
2017.
Like everything, all the rumors, everything points
Rumors!
to a 2016 release.
Rumors!
Yeah, but if there's so many rumors, like how could it not come out in 2016? Even if rumors can be proven false, which they have been in the past. Don't get me wrong, because they're rumors, and you can take them with a grain of salt. But at the same time, so many different things, so many different rumors point to 2016.
I'm putting my money on Richie for winning this fight.
If it's not coming out in 2016, then that's a serious problem because Nintendo's going to have nothing for the Wii U and no one's going to buy a Wii U. And I know Nintendo in the past has been known for having their last year of their consoles being pretty awful when it comes to games they're releasing,
Uh-huh.
but it's coming out 2016. It can't not. They're going to talk about it soon. They're going to not tell us what it is, but it's definitely going to come out. There was a rumor recently talking about how there's an NX lineup that was leaked for 20. Oh wait, or was it 3DS? I can't remember. But at the same time, it was the NX. Like, it was coming out holiday 2016, and Zelda Wii U is going to be an NX launch window title.
Like Pikmin.
Launch
like
window
Pikmin.
title. So within the first 2 years, right?
Yeah, that's like Pikmin.
No, it's coming out this year. If not, I will give you $1.
Boy, it just
buy
got
me an
really
NX.
heated in here.
I got my money on 2018.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. I think they're going to have to push it.
2019.
They don't want to release an unfinished product. It needs to be good or not at all.
Don't say that. Richie will tear your heart out and eat it.
Well, I know because Kenny's joking, because there's no way it's going to come out in 2018. It is
No,
for sure coming out. If it's coming out in 2018, then someone has to talk to Nintendo about trying to run a company.
They'll be back in cycle with No, wait, they won't.
They're trying to like hire a bunch of old young people, aren't they?
Well, no, they've been doing that already.
Yeah.
Since Shigeru Miyamoto's kind of like, I still want to make games, but I don't want to make all of them kind of thing. Like, you know, and then also they just like, okay, this is old news, but like a couple, like months ago, they just put their, you know, research and development team for the 3DS and the Wii U together. So like,
Combined
if that doesn't
NX.
show that the NX is the hybrid console everyone's been wanting, like, I don't know what is, other than the name, like Nintendo and then X meaning cross, like they're finally crossing both of them together to become one thing.
I had
So is
thought it was
NX
like
going to be its
Extreme.
official name?
No, that's
No.
the code name.
Oh,
Just like how Wii U was
Revolution.
Cafe.
No, it was
So-
Wii U
Revolution.
was Cafe.
So what's
Wii
your
was
speculation for
Revolution.
names?
The Nintendo Pogo Stick. We talked about this already.
The Nintendo, yes, no.
I say
Wii.
straight to the garbage.
The Wii 3.
I think they're going to call it the Nintendo because everyone just calls the current console a Nintendo already.
Or they'll call it the
It's really
Nintendo Wii U. Do you? Like,
And well, no,
question.
but you go play your Nintendo over there.
okay, well, that was like 90s parents.
Well,
like, that's what they'd always say, no matter
I don't
what
know.
it
My
was.
dad still says that.
I
He just
that's
came
true.
in and
I meet people my
He's a-
age that say that.
he just came in and he was like, "Put that website in where you bought your wallet case." And I was like, "Do you mean Amazon?"
Yeah, but anyway, there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct of some kind so that they can at least announce the NX so they can show it off more at E3 so it can be prepared for that holiday release.
Yep. Holiday
That'd be nice.
2018.
I'm kind of ready for the Wii U to not be the main console. Not because I didn't like it, but people just get so confused by the name.
It's just really sad because the Wii U has some of the best Nintendo games on it.
That's
And-
definitely true.
I mean, Splatoon is amazing.
Splatoon's great.
Smash Wii U is by far the best Smash Brothers, in my opinion. I know people won't like that because
You can't
Melee
wave
is their
dash.
god and savior, but
Ledge grabbing backwards. What the hell?
but but from a graphics perspective, from like solid mechanics that aren't weird and glitchy, like I feel like Smash Wii is the better one, but that's a different conversation.
It's definitely way better for having actual fun.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. So I don't know. I think it's just gonna, like, March for me anyway is just gonna be kind of another slow month. There's not too much going on except for Zelda Twilight Princess, and that's coming out next week.
Yeah, April or May's when they're gonna start announcing things.
And then April is when Uncharted 4 comes out,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be awesome.
Don't PC/Nintendo Master Race. Sorry.
PC, PS4, until the Nintendo NX comes out and Square Enix makes all their games that I basically bought a PS4 for.
Not
That's-
Xbox Master Race, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, and other people have other reasons to be excited because the Division's also coming out
The
March
Division?
8th.
Yeah.
And so,
Tom
I mean,
Clancy.
I haven't played a lot about it, played any of it actually.
I played
And
some of it.
what did you think of it, Kiro?
It was interesting. I'm definitely not gonna get it.
So you're divided.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's against.
Oh, because so I played with Christian actually, and we played.
Okay.
We did
Sweet
the
invite.
entire like story part of the beta, and I was like, okay. And there's like mobs, and it's actually an RPG.
Yeah.
But the gunplay is kind of cool. It like there's And then there's like different abilities that you can use. Obviously, they weren't all unlocked for the beta, so yeah. Okay, so the abilities aren't completely fleshed out because it was a beta, so they only have 3 of them, so you can't really tell. But it does seem like a cool game, especially when you get into the dark zone. There's a bunch of stuff you can do, and plus it's PvP or PvE, I guess. So you can kill people or not. They incentivize not doing it because then you become a rogue agent and then people can kill you, and it sucks when you accidentally shoot somebody and then they all turn on you. But there were a lot of fun moments, and then I think it was just because it was the beta. There wasn't much else to do. It just died. It died in my heart.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll see what happens. The Tom Clancy game I'm really excited about is Wildlands, which looks amazing.
Yes, and I hope to hear from it now that The Division and Far Cry are going to be released, and hopefully soon they'll be announcing more stuff. Just
if not E3.
Yes.
And it'll be released in lieu of an Assassin's Creed because Ubisoft.
But it's episodic, isn't it?
Square Enix is going that route, so
I wish they wouldn't.
I mean,
too.
in some games, Episode 7. Final Fantasy 7 is also going that way, which is
really?
weird.
They're gonna convert it.
Yeah, the PS4 version, which is all redone and looks amazing, is going to be episodic. I mean, how long those episodes are going to be is going to be another thing, but I don't know. It's weird.
I mean,
The
thing I never understood is if I want to play a Final Fantasy game, one of the biggest draws is going to be the story. I'm not going to want to start at the beginning and then not play to the finish. I'm going to be buying every episode. There's no way I'm not buying every episode. Why not charge it up front?
Because you make more money when it's an episode?
Yeah.
Because you want to buy every single episode, and so in the long run, it keeps a steady revenue stream, is really what it is.
Well, but can they just take the $60 up front and then kind of save it and then only spend 10 of it every month instead of do steady revenue streams? Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, I think the way, if it works, it's since it is episodic, I think the way it's going to work is that it might just be 3 episodes because there's 3 discs to the game on the original PlayStation version. Oh. So each episode will be a disc.
Do you have any idea how much they'd cost then, based on...
I honestly don't know. Maybe they will just do $60 up front, but I don't know.
I'd pay $60 up front, but I don't want to pay $30
because you can do that for the Game of Thrones, all the Telltale games, Walking Dead and stuff. I'm pretty sure you can just say, I just want all of Season 2 of Walking Dead, the game.
Is Final Fantasy 15 going to be episodic?
No, it's definitely not.
Good.
It's a full game, and it looks amazing.
And it is on...
absolutely amazing.
It's on PC too, right?
No.
No.
Xbox and PS4 and potentially NX.
I'm really sad now.
Pretty sure.
Well,
but anyway,
if it's on NX, maybe it'll be portable. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? We don't know what that thing is.
Could be on a gosh dang pogo stick.
Yeah. Speaking of Nintendo, other 2 games other than Twilight Princess HD that are coming out are Pokken Tournament and Hyrule Warriors Legends for the 3DS.
Pokken or Pokken?
Pokken.
I've heard it both ways from you.
Pocky
Tournament. Let's go.
Pokken
Have
Tournament.
the strawberry flavor against the chocolate flavor Pocky. Let's do this.
Chocolate's better.
I don't know.
Chocolate's definitely the best.
Strawberry.
Okay, anyway, both these games, I'm not sure how to feel because, Hyrule Warriors Legends does not look as good as Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U, and I really enjoyed the Wii U version, but I don't know about this 3DS one.
It does have Linkle.
Yeah, it has Linkle and Skull Kid and the King of Red Lions, which is amazing because you play as him. You're basically the human version of himself with a sail, but his special is he turns into the boat and then rides a wave that comes out of nowhere and hits enemies. So that is awesome.
Wow.
And if you get this, you can transfer all those characters to the Wii U version.
Oh, cool.
But I'm not that excited for it. I probably won't get it just because I have the Wii U one, and that one is already time-consuming and takes so much time to actually complete as it is. So there you go. Pokken Tournament looks pretty awesome, except I like fighting games, but I don't know if I can pay full price for a fighting game.
Yeah.
Like $90 for Smash Brothers and all the DLC.
Well, because Smash Brothers is different.
Smash Brothers
because
is special.
I know a lot of people who would say, "Oh yeah, I definitely play Smash Brothers right now." But if I said, "Hey, do you want to play Pokken or Pokken Tournament or Street Fighter?" and they're kind of like, "No, those are a little too intense for me," you know?
Like Smash can be both competitive and very casual. So
Yeah. Well,
it's a little
that
different.
was one of the
Yes.
things. Pokken Tournament. It's supposed to be very good for casual and first-time players. That was one of the things they were trying to do when they added Pokemon to it.
Yes, that is true.
So
I think it looks pretty cool. It runs at a solid 60 frames and it looks pretty nice.
Mhm.
I heard it was graphically downgraded from the Wii U, like from the arcade version.
the Wii U's slower than an arcade cabinet.
Well, it's quite the arcade cabinet.
I guess there's a lot more
Especially since it
space.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many Wii
and
U's
then,
can you fit
know,
inside an arcade cabinet?
Probably
At
it
least
doesn't-
two.
cabinets.
And it doesn't have to also run like an operating system like the Wii U does,
Right.
and have a gamepad that's a separate screen. You know,
Mhm.
things like that. So yeah, there's that. I think it's going to be an okay month. To me, not as good as February,
That's
just because
that's sad.
Fire Emblem came out. But Twilight Princess HD, with Twilight Princess HD, I think it ties with February with me, just because Twilight Princess is so great.
Fire Emblem is an original game, whereas I don't know.
But Twilight Princess is a Zelda game that I never get tired
That's-
of,
that's
despite
very
what
true.
people
That's
think.
very true. You do not get tired
So
of
for
it.
me, I really like it. If we were talking about original content, then I guess yes, February wins because Fire Emblem. But at the same time, Twilight Princess is awesome, and I think while it is a little early to have another Zelda HD remake, I think Twilight Princess HD is going to be awesome.
So let's get real here. The HD remix that we all need is both Super Mario Galaxy games. Could you imagine?
That'd be so
And
good.
Sunshine.
And Sunshine especially.
Yes.
That looks
I
so
think
good.
it would all look great. That is what they need. They also need an HD remake of Skyward Sword, but not anytime soon.
No, definitely
And I actually like Skyward Sword, even though other people didn't, because they didn't like the controls and how linear it was. But it's one of the best Zelda stories. So
That's true. It does have an actual story that isn't go save
Yep.
the princess. There's a bad guy.
wow, Girahim's actually a neat villain. Weird.
He's not like, I want to be evil for no reason.
Yeah, he's like, I serve a purpose. I am an evil soul of a sword. Blah blah
He's
blah.
like,
blah, blah.
I want to be evil and fabulous. Let's go. Fight me, mate.
That is true. Okay, I think with that we're done talking about this.
About
and I
700.
think that
700 Wii U's in a 6 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot arcade cabinet.
Did you just do the math on that? You're such a nerd.
It's really rough math. It's probably within a factor of 10, but approximately.
all right.
But then you could take
Okay.
out like the case too. That'd give you more space.
I give you even more space.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're done here. Thank you guys for listening. This has been the GameBloc Cast. You can reach us now on iTunes officially. This is the first podcast that will be up on iTunes. And also you can see us on Facebook and Twitter at GameBloc.
Hey.
So thank you guys for listening. Also, don't forget that we have a blog that we post to every once in a while. Kirill, the blog master, isn't doing that great a job, but he can change that.
Wow.
I'm so
Kirill.
sorry.
Good job.
So yeah, that's it. Thanks you guys for listening. This has been Richie.
John.
Nothing. Kirill.
And Kenny.
Thanks.
Happy
guys.
birthday, Richie.
Bye.
Happy birthday.
That
Happy
was
birthday.
8 days ago.
It was 5 days ago, wasn't it?
Not by the time they listen to this podcast.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
mean,
right.
they didn't. Your birthday wasn't in between the time of last. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Bye.
All right. God dang it! I suck at this. Okay.
Just
Perfect.
talk, bro. Bro. Just talk.
All right.
I've heard you talk before.
Let's just get right into it. Jonathan, what have you been playing this week?
Kenny was like talking right over you.
Dang it.
Anyways.
No. It has to be a clean. This is the first one that's going to be published on iTunes. That wasn't published beforehand. I guess it's time for news.
Okay,
The
then.
air
Wait,
horns
that
off
was
the
too
cookie.
quiet.
That was-
It's time for news!
Okay.
How about no? No, stop. Okay. No,
Oh, yeah.
okay. No. That's not how we start news here.
How do we start news?
It's
No. No.
It's you got the wrong pitch. It's do 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 do.
Yeah, see, there you go. What?
You heard me? VR, Jesus, oh my god, what is happening right now with my chair? Okay, I gotta readjust myself. Outtakes, do. Sorry.